third grade. Let's get started on math. Today we're on lesson 4.8. It's called Multiply with 8. Essential question: what strategies can you use to multiply with 8? So let's start by unlocking the problem. A scorpion has 8 legs. How many legs do 5 scorpions have? So we want to know that there are 5 scorpions and they each have 8 legs. We want to know how many is that. So that's 5 times 8. One way to do this is to use doubles. 5 times 8, we can break apart the 8 into a 4 plus 4. So then we can do 5 times 4. Well, 5 times 4 is 20. And then we just have to double the number 20. And 20 plus 20 would be 40. So 5 times 8 is 40. So 5 scorpions have 40 legs. Another way to do this is to use a number line. Since we're doing, so it'll be 5 jumps of 8 because we have 5 scorpions and they each have 8 legs. So that's 5 jumps of 8. So our first jump is going to go from 0 to 8. Well, 8 more would be 16. Count 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 24. Count another 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, that's 4 jumps, so 8 more. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, all the way to 40. So 5 jumps of 8 is 40 because 5 times 8 is 40. Okay. Go ahead and turn the page. And another way to do this is to use the associative property of multiplication. Remember, the associative property is also called the grouping property. It's when we group factors using parentheses. So let's do another problem using the associative property. Scorpions have 2 eyes on top of the head, and usually 2 to 5 pairs along the front corners of the head. If each scorpion has 6 eyes, how many eyes would 8 scorpions have? So now our numbers are 8 and 6. So if there's 8 scorpions and they each have 6 eyes, how many eyes is that? So think of 8 times 6. We can think of 8 as also 2 times 4 because 2 times 4 equals 8. So 8 times 6 would equal 2 times 4 times 6. Remember, the 8 is getting broken apart into the 2 times 4. So 8 times 6 is the same thing as 2 times 4 times 6. Okay. Well, we could use the associative properties. See how they switch the groupings? So now we could do 4 times 6. Well, 4 times 6 is 24. And then we have the 2 times 24. Well, 2 times 24 is just like 24 plus 24. And now we can add. What's 4 plus 4? 8. What's 2 plus 2? 4. So 8 times 6 is 48. So the 8 scorpions would have 48 eyes. Okay. Let's go ahead and find the product. So 3 times 8, that would be like 8 plus 8 plus 8. Well, 8 plus 8 is 16, plus 8 more would be 24. 8 times 2, that's just like doing 8 plus 8, 16. 7 times 8 would be 42. And 9 times 8 would be 72. Okay. I'm going to press pause, and I want you now on your own to do numbers 6 through 19. And I want you to use your multiplication table to help you. Some of these you shouldn't need any help with, like anything times 5 or anything times 2 or anything times 3 or 1 or 0. We know how to do those in our head. So if you need help with another one, use your multiplication table. Okay, so what you need to do now is press pause and then work all the way through 19. When you're done, press play and check your work and see how many you got right. Okay, you should have worked all the way through number 19, and now we can correct. 6 times 8, we've already done it today, is 48. 10 times 8 is 80. 8 times 3, 24. 1 times 8 is 8. 4 times 8, 32. 5 times 8 equals 40. 0 times 8 equals 0. 8 times 8 is 64. 6 times 8 is 48. 8 times 2 is 16. 5 times 8 is 40. 3 times 8 is 24. 10 times 8 is 80. And 7 times 8 is 56. Okay. So check your work and make any, if you need to make a change, then do so. Okay, moving on to number 20. Jamal buys 4 sets of animal postcards and 5 sets of nature postcards. Each set has 6 cards. How many postcards does Jamal buy? So let's go back and circle what we need. Jamal buys 4 sets of animal postcards and 5 sets of nature postcards. Each set has 6 cards. We want to know how many postcards is that. So we know that there's 6 cards in each set. Well, let's start with the animal. So animal postcards, he has 4 sets, and there's 6 cards in each, so that's 4 times 6. And nature postcards, he buys 5 sets times there's 6 cards in each. So we're going to do 4 times 6 and then 5 times 6. Well, we've done 4 times 6, that's 24. 5 times 6 is 30. So now we know he has animal, 24 animal, and 30 nature, but we want to know how many that is altogether. So now we need to add those two numbers. Well, 4 plus 0 in the ones place would be 4, and 2 plus 3 in the tens place would be 5. So he buys 54 postcards. That's our final answer. Okay, go ahead and turn the page and let's keep going. Hey, problem solving using applications. So here we have a table, and let's go ahead and read it before we start. So it's called the average yearly rainfall in North American deserts. So here are 4 deserts and how much rainfall they each get. So we have first one is the Sichuan, and they have 8 inches of rainfall a year. Great Basin gets 9 inches a year. The Mojave gets 4 inches a year, and the Sonoran gets 9. So let's start with 21. About how much rain falls in the Sichuan Desert in 6 years? Explain how you use doubles to find the answer. So let's focus on this first part. About how much rain falls in the Sichuan Desert 6 years. So we'll go down here. There it is. 8 inches falls in 1 year. So how much falls in 6 years? That would be 6 times 8. Okay, They want us to use doubles to solve this. So we could so the number 6, we could break the number 6 into a 3 plus 3, or the number 8 we could break into a 4 plus 4. Why don't we do 8 first? Or we'll do number 8. So we're going to break this into a 4 and then a 4. So that means we're going to do 6 times 4 plus 6 times 4, because we broke apart the 8 into a 4 and then another 4. I'm going to erase that 6 because we didn't break apart the 6. Okay, so now we can solve. Well, 6 times 4 is 24 plus 6 times 4 is 24. Now we can just add those. 4 plus 4, it equals 8. And 2 plus 2 is 4. So we know the answer to 6 times 8, I'm going to write the answer here, is 48. So how much rain falls in the Sichuan Desert in 6 years? 48 inches. So see how we broke apart the 8 into a 4 and then into another 4, and then we can just add those products together. Okay, let's do another one. In 2 years, about how many more inches of rainfall will the Sonoran Desert have than the Sichuan Desert? So now we're going to be comparing rainfall with 2 of the deserts. So in 2 years, so that's going to be our new equal group that we're dealing with. So in 2 years, how much more inches of rainfall will the Sonoran Desert have than in the Sichuan? Okay. So that means we're going to be looking here and here. So let's start with the first one. So that would be 2 times 8. And then the next one would be 2 years times 9 inches. So 2 times 8 is 16, and 2 times 9 is 18. So now we compare. 18 minus 16 is 2. So 2 more inches fall in which desert? This first one here. Okay. Okay, let's skip down to number 25. And we'll do number 25. So for numbers 25A through 25D, select true or false for each multiplication sentence. So this first one is 3 times 2 times 4. Does that equal 24? Let's see. Well, 2 times 4 is 8. So what's 3 times 8? Is 3 times 8 24? It is. So this one is true. Next one. 4 times 8. Is 4 times 8 32? Yes. Okay, next one. 7 times 8. 7 times 8 is not 72. 7 times 8 is 56. So this one is false. And the next one. 2 times 5 times 8. Well, we have to do 5 times 8 first. 5 times 8 is 40. And then times it by 2. Is 2 times 40 80? Well, remember, any number times 2, you just double that number. What's 40 plus 40? 80. So this one is true. Okay, now 3rd grade, I want you to do your homework for lesson 4.8, multiplying with 8.